Hi, good people. Hi, TIs. It's Sherry, and I'm here with some free and valuable information that will help you to benefit yourselves as well as others. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about a 10 step. That's 10. I don't know if you can see all my fingers. 10 step hair care routine for dry, coarse, frizzy, dull hair. Okay, I will show you the 10 steps and the products, all budget friendly, all quality, okay? That's gonna help to make your dry, coarse, frizzy, dull hair more moisturized, softer looking, softer feeling, sleeker, shinier, and just all around healthier and younger looking, okay? Because as you know, unhealthy hair or dry hair, frizzy hair, coarse hair, dull hair, it can age you, because the things that stand for youth are, healthy, vibrant, shiny, moisturized, soft, okay? So I will show you the products and the process, the 10, all this in a 10-step hair care routine, all right? That's what we're going to discuss. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe and the notification bell, okay? Because the notification bell, in the subscribe section, notification bell helps you get alerted, notified every time somebody that you subscribe to releases a new video, okay, new content. So that's good. Otherwise, you'd have to go through all your subscriptions and like double check each one to see when they post. That would be time consuming and not helpful. So do yourself a favor, organize your social media time and hit the notification bell along with the subscribe, okay? So, and then just make sure you stay till the end to get all these benefits. I'm going to make it really quick. Okay, as you see, my hair is wet. It's freshly washed. So I'll go through it with you real quick, and then I'll do half and half. I'll show you what one side looks like with no products and the other side with the products, okay? All right, so that way you can see. Otherwise, it's just me talking, right? All right, again, 10-step hair care routine for dry, coarse, frizzy, dull hair. Let me show you how to fix it. All right. So let's also, I just want to mention, let's have some reasonable expectations here. This is obviously, I'm not a hair model, so, I'm not a professional. This is not going to be a beauty transformational video. It's not that kind. But this 10-step process will work. It will work for you, okay? It will take your hair problems, okay, any of those I mentioned, coarse, dry, frizzy, dull, and it will address them, and it will fix it. I mean, what else can you do? Your face, I don't know. That's a whole nother video. We can fix that too. I'll show you little tips, but I digress. So 10 steps, hair care routine. Okay, now keep in mind that we all have different types of hair and textures, okay? Some is more coarse, some is more kinky, some is more curly, some is looser curls, some is not as dry, some is oily, okay? But again, this video, and for my kind of hair, it's for dry, coarse, kinky, frizzy, dull hair, okay? Because that's my kind of hair, and that's the routine I know how to prepare for, okay? So, but in general, most curly or kinky hair, no matter the degree, loose curls, tight kinky curls, wavy curls, ringlets, it all in general tends to need some type of moisture. It tends to be a little drier, and that's because, of course, the oil that grows from the scalp, okay, the little oil glands don't reach all the way to the end of the shaft where the hair is the most curliest, okay? All right, so you can watch this video and create your own routine based on your hair texture, okay? Now, one thing too I want to mention about texture, I have a relaxer in my hair right now. A relaxer is a permanent, it's also called a permanent. I've permanently relaxed my kinky hair with a chemical, okay? I had to go to salon to do it. I could also do it at home, but it's harder. So I go to the salon and they do it. It's like a permanent, okay? So people with straight hair call it getting a permanent because they're permanently making their straight hair curly with a chemical, right? Opposite with curly hair, you're permanently chemically changing the hair follicles to make them straighter, but it's called a relaxer, okay? So you're relaxing the curls. There's also newer things out there in different kinds for people in the middle. Brazilian, I think, blowout, which is putting a chemical on your hair to permanently straighten it if it's not as kinky. For me, my hair's super kinky. I'm ethnic, my dad's black, my mom's white. Okay, red chest, kinky hair. You see the mixture, but I digress. So my hair needs a relaxer. Don't let the light skin fool you. All my blackness came out in my hair. Excuse me, which is where you don't want it necessarily, but we don't get to pick, right? Okay, so I painstakingly, through much trial and error, okay, I'm going to help you guys because I have been through this. I've lived with this hair, okay, and it's not the easiest to manage and to deal with and to make it, to address it. Let me just adjust this real quick, okay? Got all my tools here. All right. Okay, guys. So I've painstakingly dealt with this kind of hair. You know, growing up, my family and my mother had the opposite kind of hair. So even in our household, my mother would buy products for her hair. Now, her hair is notoriously oily. And so she uses products that strip the hair of the oils, right? Makes sense. Now, with dry hair, you definitely never want to strip the oils because there are no said oils to strip. You're making dry hair drier. Okay. Works on oily hair, does not work on dry hair. So anything with the word clarifying in it, that is code for, you know, for oily hair. People with oily hair need that. Okay, also in our household, my mom used mousse, you know, hairspray. It smelled beautiful. I loved, you know, and I always thought, well, I'll try this, you know. Horrible on dry, kinky, coarse hair. You don't need shampoos or mousse or hairspray like that because it has alcohol in it, which is drying again, and dry hair is already dry, so you don't want to make it drier, right? Okay, got it good. All right, so I created my own simple and effective 10-step hair care routine, and it's all with budget friendly quality products that you can find at your local retailers. Okay, so Walmart, Target, Walgreens, you know, some you can order on Amazon, but all the products can be, there's 2 salon products, but the rest are local retail. Okay, so nice and simple, nothing fancy, just something that's going to work for you. Okay, you can add steps to this. You might need to, like, for instance, some people might not need the flat iron. You know, I have to flat iron if I want my hair really polished looking. Maybe some of you could just use the 1-step blow dryer, and I've seen that with softer hair types, even the curly, doesn't need that flat iron step, you know, but my hair does. So just, you know, create your own, watch this, and then create your own from it. Add steps, skip steps. Some products can be skipped, like some people don't need a detangler as much. Maybe if your hair is not as long, or like me, I wear a relaxer already. If I didn't wear a relaxer, I would definitely use a detangler. But, you know, for kids too, I think detangler is a great idea. But yeah, so just keep this in mind. You don't have to follow it step by step, but just watch it and create your own. All right. So okay, the trauma of having this kind of hair. Our hair is supposed to be our crowning glory, especially for women and girls, you know, men too, though, men too. So, you know, when it's not acting right, or if it's, you know, not healthy, it's frizzy, it's kinky, it's coarse, it feels hard to the touch. You know, coarse hair is notoriously, it's known for, it feels hard to the touch, you know, which is not a good feeling. My hair, and I'll just say this, okay, and I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I think many of us can relate. You feel ugly when your hair is not right. You know, you feel you stand out in a bad way. Okay, not like, oh, look at your pretty ringlets. Like, oh, look at your afro. Nobody else has an afro, you know? I grew up in the 80s, not the 70s. So I was born in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s. So afros were not in. Even the black girls didn't sport afros. No, their mom had their hair in barrettes and braids, and it was all cute. And my mother never really let me do that because she thought it would make me look more ethnic, and she didn't want that, which I don't know why, but anyways, that was her call at the time, right? So as I grew older, you know, I had some family members that were good with hair, you know, and on my mom's side at that, and they showed me things that, you know, got tips and everything through school. You know, you learn, you talk with each other, right? Girls and guys. So that's what I'm here for. I want to be the person that I needed for me to help my hair issues, and the people that were there for me. Okay, so this is a little bit of me giving back. I am so proud of this video, and to share my research and reviews on what I found, you know, in the simple 10-step hair care routine for dry, coarse, frizzy, dull hair. Okay, and I keep looking down at my note cards, and yes, I have to make note cards, otherwise I wouldn't remember this, and this video would go longer than it needs to. Okay, so bear with me. Also too, I just want to do a little side note. I noticed there are more mixed couples all around the world, right, as we're moving towards a more integrated society, even more so than when I grew up. You know, when my mother grew up, they weren't mixing the races like that. She was, you know, she was one of the first, and now it's becoming more and more commonplace. You see it on TV, you know, mixed couples, white husbands with black wives, black husbands with white wives, you know, just mixtures. Okay, so what's my point? Who cares? Well, because if you end up having a child with ethnic hair, okay, you're going to want to learn how to deal with it, because it's not as easy, I would say, as non-coarse, non-kinky hair. It's, you know, you can deal with it. It just takes a little extra. There's a little extra steps in here, okay? And I'm going to tell them to you. All right. Again, simple and effective. It's just 10 steps. They have to be done in order. I've experimented, I've tried, so I know the difference, you know. It's like baking a cake when you layer it, you know, say you make a cake and you frost it and then you put sprinkles on the top. Okay, you can't put the sprinkles on the cake and then put the frosting. No, it won't work. Okay, the sprinkles won't cling. They'll just stick on the cake and the frosting will be on top and it won't be good, right? It has to be done in that order. Frosting, then sprinkles. Okay, same thing with your hair. It has to be done in a certain order. For instance, the setting lotion, it has to be put in while your hair is wet. Okay, first thing after you wash it and dry it, and before you put on any moisturizers. Okay, because I don't know why, but it clings, setting lotion seems to cling better to wet hair. Okay, something about the cuticles can absorb it, because remember, it's like a coating. I'll go into it a little bit, but hair setting lotion, and it helps to bring down the frizz. It's a really great tool, but it has to be applied first before anything else in your hair. Okay, you can try it another way, but trust me, it doesn't work as well, and it's one of your main tools for fighting frizz and smoothing, so you want it to work well. Okay, also Frizz Serum. Never apply your Frizz Serum when your hair is wet. You think it might be a good idea, like, oh, it's wet, the Frizz Serum will absorb it more and better and greater, you know. No, it won't. Just wait till your hair is totally dry. In fact, usually after you've styled it with the blow dryer and the flat iron, okay, then you add the Frizz Serum, and just at the ends. Don't do it through the whole roots thinking it'll be great and it'll make your whole hair silky and stuff. No, it won't. It'll be bad. Okay, trust me. Okay, so again, you can change or add, you know, change this routine and make it your own. Okay, add steps, skip steps, you know, depending on your hair texture and your, you know, your situation, you know. Okay, so products, I got a whole slew of them right here. Okay, I'm going to show you them. They're all budget friendly. They're all quality. Most of them are under $10, and you can buy them at your local major retailers: Walmart, Target, Walgreens, la la la. There's 2 salon items. I don't have them with me because they're salon items. They're a bit of a splurge, $20, but they're worth it, you know. And if you have the extra money and if you want to splurge on one of these, I'll give you the really high end products. There's 2 of them that work really well. Okay, and so just a little something about that. Is salon always better than retail? I would say it's kind of like, okay, you guys know when you can buy like the name brand cereal, like Cheerios. Okay, so you can buy like Cheerios and they're delicious. Or you can buy like the off brand, which is like Tastios, right? But by the time you get done adding the milk and the sugar, and even if you don't, when you add the milk and eat it, it's basically the same. There's a slight difference, but you really can't tell, okay? Minor difference. So keep that in mind. You can find just as good quality products with the regular, okay? You don't have to splurge on the salon products. No, not knocking them. I'm just saying, you're on your budget, you know, the cheaper products will work just as good if you get the right ones, okay? So let me show you. All right. So again, these products are going to make, the major thing with coarse and kinky hair and curlier hair is it tends to be drier. So the products that are going to work to make your hair more moisturized and more softer, sleeker, shinier, and it's going to tone down the coarseness and the kinkiness, and make your hair look better and healthier. It's the keywords you want to look for are moisturizing, okay, and then smoothing, okay, and then also keratin. Keratin is an ingredient inside of a lot of products, and it works wonderful. It's like a miracle product. Your hair, I guess, actually has the protein keratin in it. So I don't know how they made it into a product, but they do. And usually most products that say keratin are wonderful. So look for that word, especially if you have dry hair, okay? All right. So again, most are under $10. Let's go. Also to, well, here, let's just get into it. Okay, so 10 steps. Step 1. All right, you want to use a good shampoo. This one is Garnier Fructis. It's sleek and shine. All right, now I just will say this as a disclaimer. Sometimes you can skip shampooing if you have dry hair. That's because there's not a lot of natural oils in dry hair. That's why it's dry, okay? And unless there's dirt, you've been playing at the sandbox, or, you know, you've been to the beach, or, you know, karaoke night at the local bar, you got smoky hair, then yeah, shampoo it. And it's at your discretion. But again, shampooing, you know, it traditionally it takes out the oils in your hair, okay, and in your scalp. But if your hair is not oily, you can skip it sometimes. Just saying, I'm not a professional though, okay? I'm not a professional, so don't quote me, but yeah. So there's also a brand, there's also the same brand that is called Clarifying. That's a stripping one. That's what you want to use if you have oily hair. Also, if you want to strip the color or strip a product, I just had a spray in color in my hair and I wanted to strip it a little bit. So in that case, you would want to use a clarifying shampoo, which Garnier Fructis makes one. But this is not that. This is the one for dry hair. And again, it's sleek and shine, okay? And it helps with smoothing it, sleekness. It with the follicles, it smooths them out, okay? It's great for dry hair, okay? And with your dry hair, you only want to be shampooing it like 1 to 2 times a week anyways, you know, and in the summer when you go swimming and stuff, you can definitely skip the shampoo because your hair with the chlorine and stuff is going to get dried out. Plus, when you're conditioning your hair, when I say don't wash your hair, because, you know, some people are like, oh, that's gross. You're still, you know, conditioning it. You still have to condition it. You still have to get it wet, you know, and get some water on it, you know. But you don't have to necessarily wash your scalp because your scalp is, you know, doesn't have a lot of the natural oils in it. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, this is Garnier Fructis. Okay, it's Leak and Shine. And I love that they come in these little sample sizes because when you're trying to figure out your brand, or for those of us who don't wash our hair often, wash it with shampoo. We condition it, we take care of it. But if you don't wash it with a shampoo often, this little, and if it's short like my hair is, this little bottle can last you a long time. So don't sleep on these little sample bottles. They're great. Okay, they're budget friendly. All right, so now, second thing, step 2, conditioner. Most valuable player this is, okay? You can't have dry hair and skip a conditioner, okay? And you can't use the wrong kind of conditioner. Again, this is Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Fortifying Conditioner, which means it's a heavy moisturizing conditioner, okay? And also, too, I wanted to mention real quick about the shampoo before I forget. All right, there's also other brands. Pantene is really good brand for dry hair, and also Tresemme Keratin is in it. I think it's called Keratin Red. It's in a red bottle. Tresemme. Okay, those are good shampoos. Same thing, conditioners. Sleek and Shine. Sleek, it does really smooth the follicles, I've noticed with my hair. It preps your hair. You know, a good conditioner is going to prep your hair for everything you're going to do to it. You know, you're going to blow dry it. You might, like me, you might have to take that extra step and flat iron it. You know, and the hair is just dry. So you want to get a good, nice, moisturized palette. Remember, you want to take the dry hair and moisturize it, okay? You don't want dry hair, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You don't want dry, you know, in general, you don't want to be dry. Personality, okay? Dry and dull. No hair, no personality. You don't want it. You want to be moisturized, okay? So Sleek and Shine Garnier Fructis. This one, notice too, also comes in a sample size bottle, which is wonderful, okay? Now, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, one of my favorite, okay, so this is the conditioner, step 2. This is the washout too. It's not a leave-in. This is when you're still prepping it, okay? There's another conditioner. I'll show it to you. It's Queen Helene Cholesterol. It's a great product. You usually find it in the black hair care section, okay? Now, I used to use Aveda butter, which is almost the exact same thing, okay? Again, Cheerios and Tastios, same difference. But that Aveda product was like $20, and this Queen Helene that I start buying is, you know, like $5. So you can buy it at Walmart too, you know, because the Aveda, I liked it, but it was more expensive. It was harder to find, you know, it worked the same. So, but this Queen Helene brand is wonderful. Actually, let me show you. We're going to have to just, excuse me a minute, guys. Hold on. This is super not kosher, but bear with me. Okay. Thank you for waiting. Okay, I just had to show you this. It's a great product. 5-star, you know, most valuable player. If you don't condition right, you know, you're not going to address the dryness in your hair. So Queen Helene Super Cholesterol. And if you notice, it's just really thick. You know, it's great. Like dry hair craves it. So this is also a washout conditioner, you know. So you shampoo and you condition, okay? So shampoo and then condition. So you can use either or, you know. Sometimes I'll use this. This is, you know, nice go-to, sleeks it and smooths it. But if my hair is really dry and everything, this is a great product, especially for these months of summer where we're going to be swimming a lot. The chlorine, for those of us with dry, kinky, coarse hair, this is a wonderful product. They sell it at Walmart. And look at how they have the new pump. That is so smart of them. You know, it used to be with these bottles, you know, you have to kind of, you know, that's a little work, you know, especially because with dry hair, sometimes you want to, you know, do it a couple times, you know, you want to condition your hair real good. So this little pump is nice, you know, got a pump action. Squirt, squirt, bam. Okay, and with conditioner, with your hair dry, be generous, okay? Because it washes out. And you'll know. As you create your own routine, you'll understand what works for your hair and what doesn't. So I just wanted to highlight that great product. Okay, another little tip, after you're done conditioning your hair, rinse it in cool water, and that helps to close the cuticle. Especially because, remember, when you have frizzy, poofy hair, or dry hair, the hair follicle tends to be open, right? That's what makes it poofy and frizzy. So rinsing in cool water helps to close it. You guys remember from science, heat expands, cold contracts. Okay, so you want to contract those follicles, seal them as it were with cool water rinse. I don't always do that because I do like the warm water, but it's a good thing. I did it today though. I did rinse it a little in cool water. So, okay, we'll see how it goes. All right, so now your hair is washed, conditioned, you rinsed it out, you're ready to start. Okay, this little ditty, a detangler, it does what it says. It detangles, okay? It's a moisturizer too, obviously. It's great for kids or people with really curly, kinky hair, like people who don't wear a relaxer. God bless you if you can get away with it and do that. You know, if your hair is good enough and you're willing to, you know, you're willing to do that. Because I've done it before. It's nice to have your hair natural. So yeah, and in those cases, sometimes you'll need a detangler. It's detangles, okay? Especially for kids, especially, you know, because it can be so thick and unruly and curly. This really helps. It gets that comb through quicker, okay? It's inexpensive too. It's less than $5. This little bottle, okay, this is Suave. It's $1.47. Okay, it makes life easier, especially with swimming season coming upon us. You know, you got kids, or you know, you're mixed. You got that curly hair. It's kinky. It's coarse. You know, you can't just get out of the water and go like, you know, some other. You know, sometimes people without coarse kinky hair, they can do that, but no, put a little of this in it, and it's a leave-in. Okay, these detanglers are usually leave-in, so you don't have to rinse it out. It's after your conditioning. Okay. All right, next one. What are we on? Step 5. Okay, this is a step you cannot skip. This is setting lotion. Okay, now there's two different kinds. I mean, there's many kinds, but the two brands that I have found to be wonderful. This one is the one you can buy at Walmart or Target. Okay, it's in the black hair care section, but it can be used on other types of hair that are coarse. Okay, just so you know, it's in the black hair care section, but that just means coarse or textured hair. Okay, some stuff you can still use if you're not necessarily black. Okay, just so you know. So this is a product though that you don't want to skip. All right, because, and this is like a cake, okay, you want to put this one in first before anything else. Okay, so I just got out of the shower, my hair is washed, it's conditioned. I don't use a detangler because I wear a relaxer, but I'm going to go ahead and use this setting lotion. Okay, it's a mousse-like texture. Okay, I'll show you. Shake it well. Okay, it's like mousse, but it doesn't have alcohol in it. Okay, because alcohol is drying. It is foamy, and this product is wonderful for taking down the frizziness and the poofiness. It makes your hair smoother, you know, bouncier, takes the flyaways away. You know, it seals the cuticles. Okay, because we want to address frizzy hair, right? Frizzy, poofy. This helps to combat that, okay? So this product is wonderful. Put it in while it's still wet, okay? Some hair textures, this might be all you need. You know, some people I've used it on that they don't need any of the extra moisturizer after this. I will because my hair is dry, you know, extremely dry. But some people, this might be the last step that you need. So that's wonderful if it is. Again, this is Motion's brand, and it's like $8.50 at Walmart. I found it, and it's in the black hair care section. There's also a splurge product you can buy, which is really nice. It's a Paul Mitchell. It's called Awafui. That's a mouthful. Awafui Ginger Hydro Cream. Same type of deal. It's got the spray. It's like a mousse, but it's not mousse because it doesn't have alcohol. It's moisturizing. That's a Paul Mitchell product. So you can buy it at JCPenney's. You can buy it at Ulta, or a lot of the salons have it too. Okay, so here, we're going to show you this. And to save time, well, actually to show the difference, I'm just going to do one side of my head. Okay, so you can see. So now, again, shake this good. Squeeze it out. This is what it looks like. Okay. And my hair is short, but it's dry. So we're just going to go ahead. Excuse me, I'm not trying to give you guys the one eye. Okay, so today we'll just give it the one pump there, okay? All right. So, and if you need more, you can, but it's better to add it while it's wet. This I have learned, okay? All right, so do that. And if you notice, focus on the ends a lot, you know, because with dry hair, that's where the dryness is. On the ends, okay? And then you don't want to make the roots too greasy, all right? As it were. Even though it's really hard to make dry hair greasy, for the record. But it can be done. It can be, I've done it, and it looks horrible. It looks really crazy. Like, oh, you know, you're walking around with greasy hair, and it's not right. Okay, my next step then. So you put in the, all right, let's just keep this side down. Okay, your next step, and you can't forget this. This is a most valuable player in the dry hair care routine. This is the leave-in moisturizer, okay? It comes in all different types. You can't skip this step. If you don't do anything else, you know, if you don't have the right shampoo or the right conditioner, okay, you want definitely the right conditioner. But if you don't have that, you definitely have to at least moisturize it with a leave-in, okay? And there's all different types, you know. There's spray-ins. Here, I'll show you. There's spray-ins, which this is a really good brand. There's oils, which is really nice, but oils are hard to kind of get, you know, it's an oil, so it's hard to apply it evenly. And then there's jars like this. Oh, also there's good old-fashioned grease. Okay, usually it's Blue Magic, but this was the only one they had. So this is tried and true. You know, this really works. However, this grease, I mean, they're all the same thing if you think about it. They're just in different forms. Here's one. I'll show you what it looks like. Actually, this one, this is my, that looks kind of gross because it's used and it's been sitting for a while. Here, I'll show you the fresh one, okay? So you see the texture, all right? So there's that. This is the jar. This is the kind I like. After years of trying, I like the ones in the jar because I can apply it evenly, okay? There's the spray one, which is nice, but with the spray, I feel like you have to use a lot with my hair because it's dry. So that doesn't necessarily, you know, that it's not as good and it's not as effective as the jar, okay? And then there's good old-fashioned grease, which is the same thing, right? If you boiled grease, it would go to its liquid state, but this is very heavy, and this you can only apply once your hair is already dry. So, you know, so that, I think grease is the best, like for maybe touch-ups, you know, like during the week, if you notice your hair is getting a little drier, you can part it and put a little grease in there. But, you know, depending on your hair texture, right? Not everybody's hair is as dry, and not everybody's hair can handle certain things. You know, mine can. Again, I know I look very light, but my hair is very kinky. There's a relaxer in it right now, so I can use grease. But even with myself, I, you know, part it and put it on there, you know, on your scalp. Definitely, and if you do put it on your hair, you want to do this little action, okay? Here, so I'm going to show you, there's different brands, okay, of these. This is my preferred, because again, you can evenly apply it and you can put a lot on. Okay, I prefer the jars. You want to be generous when you apply it and focus on the ends. I'll show you. Be careful with the roots. You don't want to saturate the roots. The dryness happens more at the ends, right? How the hair follicle, the oil comes from the scalp. Although with dry hair, there's hardly any oils in there. That's the problem. So here I'll show you. This brand though, honorable mention, Camille Rose. She is wonderful. I found this when I was living in Memphis. It's the best leave-in conditioner I found. Now usually they're they're between like $5 and $10. This, for example, this is like $4.84 for this little jar of leave-in. You know, they're cheap and they work. Or they're inexpensive and they work. Now this one's more of a splurge because this is about $15, but the difference is, and I splurge on this one, it smells like cupcakes, okay? It doesn't get any better than that. A lot of times with hair care products, especially for dry hair, the moisture that's required doesn't really allow, I think, for a lot of the scents like other hair care products do. So knowing that, I like my hair to smell like cupcakes, and it's, you know, I found a product that does it, and it works really good, you know? It does, it's a little splurge, okay? Works a little better than this, but pretty much the same. Tastios, Cheerios, Tastios, Cheerios, same difference, you know, but this is my product I splurge on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. There's also other brands. Just for Me, Cantu smells like coconut. I know I have a family member who uses that one. African Pride makes a really good brand. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you. I've got it on my hands here. I know that looks like a lot, but here's, okay, so start at the roots. Start at the ends, okay? And then give a little, you know, get them roots. Don't be shy. My hair's dry, so I know what I need, you know, and you guys got to adjust it. You know, you'll know if it's too dry, you'll have to wash it, you know, rinse it out and start over. But mostly dry hair, it will suck it right up. Mine does, in a good way, you know. Okay, so again, I finish and get those roots real good. Okay, there we go. That's your leave-in. Now you could stop right there and be done, okay? But you know, if you wear your hair naturally curly or whatever, but I'm going to go on and heat style it, okay? But in another video. So, and I'll show you. I'll show you what it looks like when it's actually straightened and dry, okay? And I'll only do this side. Okay, so if you, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that, okay? So I hope this helped. In the next video, I'll just show you the products that you use when you heat dry it. You know, you need a heat protectant, which I don't use a heat protectant. I can skip that step because I just put so much moisturizer in it with the setting lotion and the conditioner I used and then the leave-in conditioner. My hair is good. But I think a heat protectant would be good for somebody who doesn't use any kind of, or not as much moisture on their hair. Then yeah, it is helpful. It does give a little bit of heat protection, but so does the moisturizer. So it's a step I can skip. But if you know, some people would really like it and really benefit your hair, okay? There's two good brands. Tresemme with the red nozzle. It's got a little nozzle action, which is wonderful. It allows it to evenly distribute. And then Paul Mitchell hot off the press. A little bit of a splurge. It's about $20. Okay, but it's worth it for heat protectant. It's one of the best. All right, so next video, I will show you, again, I'll dry it and blow dry it, and you'll see, and I'll just do the one side. I'll add products. I haven't added any products to the side, so you'll see the difference. All right, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Okay, what products do you guys use? You know, what routines do you have? Let me know in the comments. Let us all know. We want to share. Okay, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Or if you don't like it, you know, don't hit like or make a comment, whatever. I post here every week, every Tuesdays I try. If not Tuesdays, then by Thursdays. So feel free to email me. All right, I do enjoy you guys, and I do enjoy engaging. So, all right, thank you so much for your time. Have fun with your hair care routine. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.